I'm live. Look at that. Excellent job. Being live, almost, kind of, sort of, on time. Almost, kind of, sort of. Would be a minute late, or 2 minutes late, or infinity early. Because I might have figured out that when I was making the event and everything was good, and I made a beautiful picture to go with this event, by the way. Beautiful picture, guys. I don't think I actually ever hit send to the event. Like, the event went to a limbo if I didn't complete it. So that's a thing that we were definitely doing. So I'm gonna, even though I'm on time ish, very last minute trying to see what's going on in life. I really like the picture that we made. Is there a way where I could save it to bring it to the internet? That's a good way. Should be saved already on this phone. But yeah, I'm gonna maybe take a minute or two for people to straggle in, because if anyone is gonna straggle in, because I done goofed. And well, let me manage the episode. Let's see if it'll let me do it. It's just gonna go right into it. Oh, it's me. Hi, me. Well, manage and attendees. So we're doing this very last minute, very wrong, and we'll see if it'll at least let me put it in the chat. The beautiful image that I made, the comment. It'll be beautiful, and we'll do that. That's great. So that would have been the image if I would have done this right. This would have been the image. And we'll put that. There we go. That's perfect. So we're using StreamYard, obviously, if you guys want to sign up for that. Why doesn't it say episode? Because I finally paid attention, Max. Ooh, I answered a question on stream, too. Well, you know what? For you, buddy, I'll break my own rule that I made. And usually on the next episode with Jay Bossert, we don't answer live questions. But I guess I'm blind and dumb, and I must have typoed or at some point. And then I was just hitting the suggested word, like, for the longest time, buddy. I was just like, I'm like, okay, good. It's time to do the live stream. I know what to do. I'm a smart human being. Oh, look, it's suggesting words to type. Good. That's a good idea. I don't want to have to think and spell a whole, like, 7, 8, 9 letter word, or however many letters it is. I'm just going to let the internet guide me, because that's a great idea. And like I said, done goofed at some point, or maybe it just set me up for failure. I don't know. Maybe I insulted ChatGPT that day. My robot overlord, maybe I said I was going to hang out with the humans and not spend so much time with the robots, and they got mad and they're like, you know what, human, you can't spell. And it done set me up for failure, is what I think happens. And so yeah, now I learned how to spell. Now I'm more attentive to it. I think randomly I'm still going to say episode, though. On the next episode, old school, I love the episodes. And Max is definitely here, in it to win it. Like I said, definitely not. People should hopefully straggle in. Maybe I planned this poorly. Didn't invite as many people as I should have. Got the StreamYard to fight. Everything's last minute. Even last night at karaoke, things were last minute. I'm gonna heart this now, and I'm gonna. Can I heart Max's? That's a question. I'll just like it for now. Maybe I'll come back and heart it later. Anyways, we have a lot of questions to get through. Can I not ask questions? This is not the right way to do this at all. It's okay. Well, I could tag people like that. Maybe people can trickle in and can tag each other. Yeah, it's great. We're doing this wrong. We definitely did this wrong. Yeah. All right. So if people do come in, tag each other, do that for today, because I done goofed, did everything wrong. Never finished the actual assignment that I was given to myself. But speaking about assignments, we are going to now not pay attention to me so much big screen. We'll exit that to make it not full screen. Slide me over. And I'm going to see if we can present this screen over here and get to the sum of the questions. Bradley, if you are in the chat available to watch, I do get to see your ticker, dude, and it looks great. This so many bells and whistles. I feel really kind of like a dick move by not advertising this better, because it's amazing. This whole thing. Slide me over more. Bonjour. It says LinkedIn user on the StreamYard. I'll see who's talking to me later. I really want to look now. There's a delay. I got you. The delay. All right. So, hi, people. It's okay. No one has to stay. I'm going to have so many questions to get to. Make this a little bit bigger. So once again, there's a ticker on the bottom of the screen now, which is great. Bradley really hooked it up. My producer, Bradley Bates, if you are watching, I can't tell because I'm looking at the ticker. It's amazing. The hearts, those triangle hearts. Asking too many questions already. All right, let's draw. Eeny, meeny, miny, 58 questions to get to, roughly maybe 50-something minutes. So let's go. Okay, I'm going to turn maybe my volume up. Is that a bad idea? It's probably a bad idea. All right, so I want you guys to hear the sound so much, I might sacrifice myself. TV. Okay, we'll just turn that up. This won't backfire later. I'm sure it will definitely backfire later, and I'll somehow dial into LinkedIn and hear myself, and we'll have an echo at some point. But yeah, Bradley hooks up with the sounds. And there's still a timer. So once again, if you're new to the newer version of On the Next Episode with Jay Bossert, we have this cool technology thing now. We got questions on screen, got a timer, got a ticker, there's sounds, there's achievements. I got first blood, baby. I got another achievement on the board. Backstage pass. I think because I edited some things earlier, I pretended I knew what I was doing. So yeah, I got 2 achievements on the board. And you guys want to see my questions? Of course. And this is random. So that was not going to be the first question. It's actually an uncommon question. Oh, I guess over time, if we accidentally keep asking the same questions, we're going to have some common questions. This is set up like a roguelite, which, amazing. So yes, we do. Next question. Okay, I'm going to definitely turn it, break the TV if we have to. We don't need the sound to work on the TV. We have a sound bar we're not using that I could probably turn it on. What's the word for it? Sound bar. Yes, that's right. The word for that I was just talking about is sound bar. I just said it. So we have, I saw when I looked at the ticker, we had 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Quite serendipitous. Synchronicities were happening. Things where the universe is trying to talk to me again. So there was a word for that. Synchronicities was the word for when I saw the timer. And sound bar was the word for when I was talking about the sound bar across the thing. Next question. Hopefully we can hear the boop. Okay, that sounds great. I wish there was a way to chime that in somehow. I could plug an input. There's definitely a way to do this in the future where you guys can hear that a lot louder. But the fact that it's making sounds for me is doing great. I got 2 minutes to answer this. Jay, why are you making so much money? You know what? That's a good question. I made a little bit of money yesterday. It went all in my gas tank because I was far away from my house. Far, this day and age. Like an hour drive in a motor vehicle where I'm going, the speed limit, maybe 5 miles above the speed. I'm not going to lie to you guys about it. So I'm going 16 to 55. I'm going 50 in the 45. I'm going 45 in the 40, give or take, as it goes. And it still takes an hour. So why am I making so much money? Well, I gotta fly to the moon apparently on a regular basis. So that's very complicated. So yeah, I gotta fly to the moon. So I need it. I need the money. The money for moon flying. So drunk karaoke or sober karaoke. This is a Lynn question. This is a Lynn C question. There was a few Lynn C questions. That's why I tried to tag her. If I was a smart person, I would have invited people before the stream. They would be aware of it. Or stayed with my slot. Last week I was tired. I wasn't doing drunk karaoke. I've been doing sober karaoke, but there's drunk people. So every Friday night for the past little bits, hopefully for the foreseeable future too. In New Paltz, if you're in the area in New York State, check out Yas on Ice on a Friday. A lot of people are drunk. I am not sober. I guess, more or less. I do have my cannabis prescription, so I am as sober as I am now talking to you guys, but like some people are like, no, that's a thing. And I'm like, all right, I guess it is a thing, but not drunk. I haven't drank in 7 years, I guess. My anniversary from not drinking came up, so I can up the year. It's now 7, was 6. That's how numbers work. So I miss it sometimes. I was watching a video yesterday on how alcohol works in the GABA receptors in the brain, and I was having some anxiety issues, some PTSD this year. So my dumb alcoholic brain, which I still say I'm an alcoholic, I don't drink anymore, was just like, wow, it does that to the brain, you say, huh? It helps with those hormones. Maybe I should drink again. It's only been 7 years. So maybe I shouldn't be researching alcohol sciences while sober, or I shouldn't be researching while drunk either. Maybe I should stop researching them. I feel like this get different size. Oh, I feel okay. We don't need to see the top part. Okay, that's what we're doing wrong. We're doing something wrong. By we, I mean you guys. I was doing everything right. Speaking about everything right, I'm going to click another question. Then maybe we'll go to the chat, see if anyone showed up. And I might have to remember, oh, that's great. There is a whorehouse number and a chat number. And the ticker is going to take over. I feel like eventually I'm not even going to do the streams anymore. And I'm just going to stare at the ticker. Bradley's added some good number. Once again, some of the numbers, if they're randomly generated, when they are having like the same numbers back to back or sometimes 3 in a row, yeah, the monetize is definitely low, bro. All right, chat. Monetize is low. Let's draw another question. Oh, great. A legendary poll. What's the facial expression? That one hurt my eyeballs. Yeah, so that was the facial expression. It was a legendary one. We got a legendary poll achievement, by the way, for that. And I hope the ding was loud enough so you guys could kind of sort of could turn it up louder. And Bradley's not going to make a sudden really loud sound and break my TV if I keep turning up the volume and getting really into the sounds. I mean, I am a sexy beast when it comes to my voice over here, but if we have sound, little bells and whistles chiming along, it's a solid stream. Oh, yeah, while the legendary's still open, I did promise I was going to see if there was people in the internet that were trying to tell me things. I feel like if I slide this over, everything will be fine. I won't be able to break it. And if I refresh, but I got to make sure I'm turned down or else everything's ruined. All right, that's okay, cool. Try again. Get quick with the mouse because it might try to turn me up full volume again. Up fudge muffins. It did. Okay. Oh, it was Laura who came and said hi and couldn't stay. Well, hi, Laura. Bye, Laura. I don't know if you're hearing me to say hi and bye, or in French, bonjour. My French is not the best. So who else are we gonna tag? Every once in a while, we're gonna remember to tag people. Because I was a naughty boy and didn't plan. Believe it or not, it was very naughty. Didn't plan. So we'll Kelly. We'll say Miss Boyden over there. We'll tag her and Kathy. My co-host on the Sanity Search Party is not maybe seeing this right now because she doesn't know I'm doing it because I planned it bad. And me not hitting the @ sign before trying to tag is just typing people's names. So that's something very important to learn. And I'm sorry, everyone, that I am so sorry, everyone, that I forgot to invite beforehand. And maybe we'll see. Let's see if we can Dylan C. Right there. And almost broke my computer by doing something I didn't want to do. And maybe Kat, Dylan. All right, there's a delay. So hopefully if I tagged enough people, you guys will realize I'm bad at my job and fill in the gaps. Really, it's for you guys. I don't want to be doing on the next episode with Jay Bossert now. I want to rest. I want to eat a ham sandwich. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I thought maybe later, not during stream, because I didn't pregame with the ham. But I do want to. Oh no, I got 2 minutes and 43 seconds to answer the question that I already answered. I'll draw another question. It's okay. If I can answer that one, are we allowed to answer questions? That was a Lynn C question, I believe, as well, if I remember correctly. If memory serves me correctly, from 2 weeks ago on Saturday, the August 1st episode. August 1st is always quite emotional, too. There's a lot of things that happen August 1st or have happened or will happen August 1st. So I could see maybe that makes sense why I took last week off, because it wasn't August 1st again. But sometimes, I was streaming on I believe, the 20th of June. I felt a certain way about the 20th of June. I feel a certain, 21st of June, I feel more about. But the 20th is like the 21st Eve. It's like, once again, you start getting these emotional responses to certain dates and numbers. And maybe, yeah, how many questions I got? A lot remaining. It's 4:20. Oh, what's up, lit? And that clock is wrong. So I got a right clock and a wrong clock. Let's continue. I forgot the name of the gentleman who asked this question, but it's a real life question. It looks like not nonsense. Try to answer it. Lost my water, or I found this water doesn't have a cap on it. Makes me wonder if there's spilled water somewhere. What is the biggest bottleneck in deploying AI products today? Technology or user adoption? I think the biggest bottleneck is corporations. It's somehow like the corporate entity. I need to see the timer. It's a bigger question. How are we taking up more space? I want to see my timer. Okay. Well, it's hard for you guys to see. No, it's for now. I made it smaller. So, maybe the AI that's running part of the backgrounds. I don't think it's AI. I think Bradley just made an app. But whatever. We're talking about AI and the product and the technology and the user adaptation, and all of a sudden the questions on the screen getting harder for you guys to see, probably. So that's weird. I still blame corporation. J. Bradley LLC Unlimited Tech. Good job, Unicorn Warehouse Time, Bradley Time, J Time, Awesome Name Time, Not Too Long at All Time, LLC Incorporated Inc. It's our name now. No, still corporate's fault. I want another achievement. I want to see if I can maybe click another question, get another achievement, because I want another one. I want to see. Maybe also in the chat too, guys. If you think there's any achievements that you want to add to this, let us know. Let us know in the chat. If there's a question. Dead Cells is on the ticker. Great. Dead Cells is up. Oh, it just went up a lot of points. I just saw it. I would like to play Dead Cells on stream. If anyone wants to contact the company that made Dead Cells and gets permission for me to do that, I'll let the consent in 2026. I'm choking on my lack of consent in the past, I guess. That sounded creepy. New question. Oh, I got a cursed draw. Is this question cursed? Complication. Answer this one in a wrestling promo voice. Okay, I didn't know there was. Bradley did say there's going to be qualifiers on some. He is a man of his word. Has anyone seen the last episode? Huh. Let me tell you something. Yeah, the last episode of on the next episode, Jay Bossert. Jay Bossert. Yeah, everyone see the episode. It's here, there, everywhere. Yeah, to the top of the mountain, to the bottom of the ocean. The episode, champion of the world. Yeah, that's great. Okay, good. There's qualifiers, and we had 4 minutes. I really could have built the promo. But we still have 50 questions remaining. Some of them I'll tell you right now, because we have 40 minutes left, 50 questions. I'm going to 1, 2, 3 word answer some of these, especially if I think I asked them. If you guys answer questions on the chat, I'm going to do respectful as I possibly can and try to get to the bottom of it. Answer if there's qualifications going on. Aaron's I see Aaron. Yo, my homie, I didn't tag you. I love it when people find me because I did my job bad. when it comes to inviting. So when people are inviting themselves and finding me, my homie, the words are cut off on that sentence because I'm trying to stay over here now and you're over there now. Draw a question. This is great. I got a curse. This. I love the achievements. I can do that. That's fun for me. Probably not you guys. I shouldn't do that. I should hit draw a question. Jay, do you prefer Mario or Wario? And do you feel that Wario could ride a Yoshi? Yoshi. I like. It's a me, Mario. Okay. Or I'm a Wario. I'm going to win. You could tell that I'm thinking a Mario Kart now when I'm thinking this question. But Wario's World, the OG Game Boy version, I mean, it was one of the best games of all time. Wario had some great games. They got weird. I tried playing, I think it was the fourth Wario game when I still had my Nintendo Switch account where you pay like yearly and it's like, here, play some Game Boy games that you never had. I prefer Wario in Mario games. Like Mario, if I remember from the movie that was made in the late 80s, early 90s. That's his real name, Mario. And Luigi Mario, they're brothers. Wario's not Mario. And Luigi's not Luigi Mario. I think they might be like cousins, lovers, enemies. It changes, okay? I think the lore, it's kind of like FNAF with the Five Nights at Freddy's, where you think you know where the lore is going, and it's changed. Wario probably can't ride a stereotypical Yoshi with the weight difference. But I feel like Birdo from, it's not technical. It is a Mario game as we know it in the States here and in America, but it was a reskin of another game. So I think maybe with like the durability of a Birdo, which is a female, by the way. All Birdos are females, I think. Or was the male that was feminine? I think there might have been some. Yeah, I think that was inappropriate. Probably. I think I didn't reskin that game, so it wasn't my fault. And let's see, Bradley's here. What's up, Bradley? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna click some things. Guys, also, if you were in the chat and if you see people not in the chat that you feel like wanted to be and like are available on Saturdays around this time, tag each other. I done goofed when it came to the invites. I actually didn't finish my I did StreamYard, not sponsored by the way, even though if you do click the link and sign up for StreamYard, I think I get some monies. I think that's how that works. So yeah, I was working on the thing this morning. I was talking to my friends. I was still at his house from karaoke last night. Not at his house, but we go there afterwards. The other guy would do karaoke with, and then he was having another friend of his help him install a toilet, who I haven't seen in like almost like 17 years. So I was like, oh my God, 10 seconds left. Should I make the timer run out? I want to see if it gives me like a time down. We're pretty close. I'm going to draw a question. I got scared. Oh, I got it. Is that achievement? Oh, is that okay? Oh, I got another complication. Deliver the entire question as karaoke? What is the nearest water in this room, huh? It's the sink. What is the nearest water in the room? Yeah, it's the sink. No, it's not. I found a bottle of water on the floor. Yeah. Bottle of water on the floor. On the floor. Sure. I mean, usually with karaoke, there should be teleprompters for me to say what my answer to would have been great, and like a melody. If we ever have a karaoke question, I should try to have to match the melody. You should play a song somehow, because that was a cappella. That's not karaoke. Karaoke's so I couldn't do it. Fail. Can I lose points? I feel like I should lose points somehow. Yes, but if we there's a complication. We always read the complications before the questions, team. I think that what's the thing that just shrimp check? What's what I do when the couch eats me? I should not have the couch eat me check. Qualification. You must stand up. But I just sat up correct. Nobody be able to tell? Yes, they'll be able to tell. This is lies. Do it okay. Ah! Oh no! My foot typed hit the keyboard. See, this is what happens when you stand up. You accidentally step on this. That wasn't planned. Oh, okay. Where's scroll or the history? I want to still Jay, but what if we had questions within questions about people that ask them questions about questions? Okay. And then why do we put that this week? So the questions and why do we put that this week? All right. Well, we don't have to. I stood up during the question and it moved over to another question. It should have right there been a sign. So, dying. Cool. That's awesome. So that's what happens when we stand up, apparently. And we sit back down, we skipped all the questions. I'm going to see if we can go back. Could reset it. Okay. So, new game. We're going to hit reset. And if it's a question I already got to already, I'm going to quickly pass it. Because I want to try to read all the questions that I sat on. And is there more to this question? No, this question is done, baby. We're going to reset. That's my bad. And hopefully draw a question. What qualifies as information? Well, things and stuff. Did I say it before? How many are left in the chamber? No, I didn't say this one before, which is actually good. You know, we're gonna have some repeat questions. Some of these might not be uncommon now, or that might change it. Maybe. And Bradley, you didn't do anything wrong. I wanted to see you click over, work on that, send me notes. Notes is Jay shouldn't step on the space bar or sit on it either. That's the notes that I have so far. Because I could actually learn that I could hit the space bar when I want another question, maybe. How many left in the chamber? 56, because I done goofs. I did find out that the space bar is functional, though. So that's actually, I don't need my mouse right. Oh, I blinded myself. See this light? Blinded you too. Cool. Very nice. I'm a nice guy. What are we doing to shift away from frantic doing and getting into the grounded being? Well, I don't make me stand up again, because what I was doing was I take my socks off, which I don't want to show you my feet on stream. And apparently I do have this mic stand that was under the couch, kind of ghetto rigged, but no, it's not. Jeez, everything's falling apart. That's what happens when he stands. All right, well, I was taking my socks off. It helps with the chakras to feel really outside to go with grass. I'm supposed to put grass in between the toes to get grounded. But right now, at least I have my socks off touching this carpet next to the mic stand that wants to fall over. So that's a thing. Spacebar. Now that I'm controlling the spacebar and it's not controlling me, it's working a lot better, Bradley. Thank you. I should know. How many seconds are left? Not enough. It's okay, so there's 60 minutes in an hour, 60 seconds in a minute, 28 minutes times 6, 1800 minus 60, 7, 1660. But then I should have answered that like a minute ago. So it's very tough to keep up with that. Complication. Answer if you are in fact the producer. Will the internet get mad? Well, as I'm Bradley Bates and I'm the producer, and I'm Bradley. Bradley has more of a beard. I got a paper towel for a beard because my name's Bradley. See? The internet won't get mad. Yeah. Bradley says the F word a lot. Fucking internet won't get mad. Perfect. Because you could barely tell the difference because I had a bigger beard and I said the F word. So I was definitely Bradley. Fuck. That's what Bradley would say, right? Next question. Can Lynn answer her own questions? Yeah, she should be on stream, not me. Answering her own questions would probably do a better job. Would be on time. When she would stand up, I bet you Lynn would not sit down on the spacebar of the keyboard and make all the questions happen. So, yeah, Lynn can. She should. Maybe the real producer, Bradley Brates, if you could stand up, will the real Bradley please stand up, not Jay, and maybe work that out. Maybe in the future we can have a special episode. It doesn't have to be on Saturday. A Saturday time slot is really not good for me, by the way. It's cool. It's good. It's good times. I want to skip every week. I'm only skipped one so far. So I called out to my own podcast. That's pretty impressive. Jay, what's going on with your Page of Swords, 3 of Cups love life? I feel like we answered this 2 weeks ago, but yeah, I think we're trying to get away from the gossiping part. The Page of Swords, what's coming first? So a lot of he said, she said situations going on, and it's not doing well. I feel like I really just want to have the open communication at the 3 of Cups and just have certain things in front of me. Last night, my mind wandered. There was definitely a particular song that I was looking forward to singing. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to sing this particular song at some point with a particular person, not to get into it. And I still end up singing the song with like 3 or 4 other particular people, and it didn't feel the same, and it made me weird. I'm already weird, so I guess, you know, the 3 of Cups love life is supposed to be direct communication. And I guess if there's nobody there to communicate with directly, there's got to be another card I'm missing. Maybe it's the next question card. Before that, I'm going to type something in the chat. Something. There. And showed you guys who's in charge. Let's draw out the question now. I got a lot of achievements. I feel like there should be an achievement button for sitting on the keyboard. We shouldn't, Bradley, I'm not saying that you should add an achievement that should only happen by, like, in case that accident happens again, but there should be an internal timer where if enough questions gets answered, maybe within 5 seconds, or where I might be able to do the achievement naturally. Like if I have a couple like 1-word answers, like what's this? Yeah, what's this? Yeah, and I really like say the questions real fast too, and get it within the 5 seconds. It could happen organically, or we could, you know, cheat and sit on the thing. The achievement would happen as well. So I don't know. I feel like this is, since it's half video game now, there's ways to maybe fake getting achievements in game, and there's really ways to grind and like can maybe see if I could try to answer the next couple questions real quick to practice. I'm gonna do terrible. Let's see. Let's we're running out of time, and it says we have too many questions left because we redid the few that I did. All right. What are you going to do on the next episode with Jay Bossert? I'm going to be here. I'm talking in chat. Do you know this person? Deliver the entire question as karaoke. No, I don't know that person. Yeah. Complication. Every sentence must begin with bro. Are you feeling lunky punk? Well, are you? Bro. I'm so lucky. Bro. Another complication. Answer if you are, in fact, the producer. Do you think onboarding is more important than features for improving user adaptation? Yes, I do. I'm the producer. I did it in 5 seconds. Okay, well, that was a fun game. I don't think any of those were the first maybe 1.5 was in 5 seconds. We probably went over time. So that was a fun game within a game. Sometimes we can do game within games. And should there be more trouble? There be more trouble. Should there be more trouble? This references that time that I was making music. Parallel, I think they call it. Not parallel play. That's what toddlers do. I say that accidentally every time. Body doubling. So when an individual that might be on the autistic spectrum is rocking out, doesn't have to be rocking, doesn't have to be music, but doing a project parallel or near someone who's not working on the thing, but the productivity is coming from the kinship or the bonding. So that happened. I used to do it all the time before I knew I was doing it. So I'd work on music, and I had my friend in the room, and you know, I was working on a particular song, and I thought about it. And it was kind of twangy. And it was really twangy. But I'm like, you know, and the distortion was turned up, the gain was turned up, and should there be more treble and the kind of sound, guys. I'm gonna give it 5 seconds. I'm gonna make a really squeaky sound. So if you guys don't want to hear a squeaky sound in your ears, turn your volume down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Was the sound that it made. I tried. That was the best replication I can actually do with my throat of the sound the treble made. With you probably would gain on that. It would be pretty even, actually. Maybe some compression. Yeah. So it did that after I asked out loud, should there be more treble? And I turned up the treble knob in real time, and then it squeaked. And then I was like, less treble. Shouldn't have done it. And you hear him like I don't know if he's slapping his leg or something, or slapping something real time. And yeah, it kept in the recording. I forget what song that was. It was off one of my albums. I had like 6 albums worth in my computer crash. It was very traumatic back in the day. I used to make music before I went insane. Well, I was insane when I made music. But that time there should not have been more treble in the song. But it did have the moment that we kept it in, like, you know, like that kind of a moment at the end of the song. Yes, there should be more treble because it made the squeak, which made my friend laugh, which made me laugh. It kept it in the recording. It kind of felt like a Sublime kind of moment, like the band Sublime, where like they do stuff in like the studio and kind of entertain themselves and have that kind of like mixed in. Like it was like the vibe. It had a cool vibe. There should be more treble. At this rate, we're gonna get might go long. We have 20 minutes left and 40 questions. Sat on the keyboard. Can I try to make a dance again? How does that work? Well, you know, they say to make a boogie dance, you put you put it. No, you make it. I said the joke wrong. To make a tissue dance, you put a little boogie in it. That was the joke. And how does that work? Badly when you say the joke wrong, apparently. Is all information good information? Or is some information less than a cup of sugar? Well, no, not all information is good information. I forget the term for it, but there's words for knowledge that's actually like detrimental to your health, like things that you shouldn't know that is not practical knowledge. They say like bomb making, some of them, like you shouldn't do that ever. And I don't want to do that. Or like, you know, how to make like certain like narcotics, like out of like homemade chemicals or something that are like detrimental to anyone's health, like have no medicinal purposes and is not good knowledge. And or some maybe like counterfeiting things of that. There's certain, I forget the word for it. There is a word I'm going to try to research, or I'll forget. There's a word for knowledge that is detrimental to one's health and shouldn't be told. And is some information less than a cup of sugar? Yeah, I'd say like an ounce, because a cup of sugar dipped by pound. So yeah, an ounce is definitely less than a cup of sugar. So some counts an ounce. Ooh, got a whale. Oh, got it. Okay, good. I got another achievement. I'm not allowed to say the word during this. Okay. 14 times during the episode. That was a part of, I made Bradley count something. I quantified something that happens during last stream, and that happened 14 times. Did I say the word? I might have, whatever. I might have goofed. Can we? Yeah, bro. What do you mean? Well, I mean that there's a vacuum or some kind of noise that's happening upstairs in my house. That, I mean, I got the fan running here, and I feel like that can be somewhat audible during stream. Put V's in the chat if everyone can hear one of my parents vacuuming upstairs. Maybe a bunch of V's. I could hear it. I'm gonna put a lot of them. There we go. What do you mean? I mean, that's what I mean. We enter this one. So drunk karaoke, sober karaoke. I want to say sober. On a King and the Hill episode, a hen spontaneously starts taking on the characteristics of a rooster. Does this really happen? Yeah, I would say that the hormonal changes in certain animal creatures sometimes can offset. There can be genetic mutations. That is, mutations is a bad word, but it isn't natural. You know, there is spontaneous. It might happen slowly or can be on an instant, but there can be certain changes of genetics that is natural. It's like a metamorphosis of, you know, a caterpillar is supposed to be a butterfly, can get really pretty all of a sudden, and it's okay. Butterflies are just as, you know, fine as the caterpillars are. That can be pretty. It can happen. But I don't know you. That's not my purse. If I whisper them, am I asking the questions? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Dasha's here. I always say her name bad, I think. I feel like it sounds more Russian in my head. But I'm in a rush to say it. I'm Russian to say it. Complication. You are not allowed to say the word during this part. Does this pillow/mirror fit over my face so I could scream. I guess this is the pillow. Ah! The nearest mirror? I'm sure. Oh my god, that's heavy. So yeah, the mirror that I have is actually, that's next to me is the disco ball. And if I fit that over my face so I could scream. Woo! Screaming Disco? Screaming Disco sounds like it might be a band name at some point or an album project. Oh, it's how we hear the disco ball to the chaos. We might go long this stream, guys. So I know that you guys have filtered in late, and allegedly I said I was ending at 5, but I think I called the stream now. I forgot the number. There's things happens. So yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Did Bradley build his replacement? That's messed up. That is a messed up question. I can't believe, you know, that Echo. I'm sorry that Bradley's trying to upset you. Echo, by the way, is the random question generator, who's my new BFF, and we are best friends for life. And I don't, Bradley trying to upset Echo. No. Bradley, trust me. There will nobody ever will replace you, buddy. You're my BFF for life. Echo, don't listen to what I'm saying to Bradley. Me and you are secretly lover robot producer people, and you're the best. And I don't want Bradley to know that he's being replaced. Yeah, Bradley. So you're gonna be the producer forever, and you're not replaced. I love you, Echo. Mwah. Cool. Ooh, a complication. Oh, I'm supposed to act normally, and the chat decides whether that counted. Cool. So do they count as questions? Well, yeah, any question that gets asked with a question mark after counts as a question. Certain words have an inflection where we kind of do that. Should probably count as questions. Or even if you just say, I have a question, and then say a generalized statement, we might be able to squeeze that in as a counted question too. And that was the most normal I've ever acted before in my life. I feel like the ulcers in my stomach are going to come back because of my autistic masking. Good job. That was scary. As a follow-up, what would a washi look like? Know what a washi is? A washi would look like a mashi, but with an upside down W. Answer that one quite nice. Okay, another complication. Every sentence must begin with bro. Bro, do you guys want to see my questions? Bro. Everyone wants to see my questions, bro. Bro, like, I'm like the best questions. And bro, Lynn had the best questions. Bro, Bradley had the best questions. Bro, I mean, like, we're doing the thing on StreamYard here, bro. And I feel I might be ending my sentences, bro, as well, bro. Or just saying bro every other bro word. You know, I'm caught in a bad bromance on this one, bro. I think I did the complication wrong. Once again, if I do the complications incorrectly, chat, please call me out on it. And this is a rare card, by the way. I don't know if you could see that. It says rare. I'm not afraid to zoom in, and we'll probably ruin everything. But look at that. Look at that. Look, we got a rare card, bro. I'm supposed to keep saying bro. Forgot. And we can really see the ticker as well. So let's take a minute. We have 4 minutes and 27 seconds apparently on this. MJF is doing great, by the way. Not the champion currently in AEW, but, you know, he still has Triple B. He still has it. You know, you can take away the man's championship reign, but you can't take away his championship. You know, it's quite nice. He does showcase that. Quite nice. Shout out to MJF, even though it's a different part of New York, Long Island. He's still from NY. You know, it's shout out. Shout out to MJ. Bradley, shout out. Karaoke in the ticker as well. Guys, you want to see my complication? Every sentence must start with bro. Okay, let's zoom out. That was a good idea. Maybe it makes it a little bit bigger, but then it's harder to see this. There's definitely a sweet spot, which is not where the sweet spot is. It's kind of there. We'll try. Oh my God, they played the game already. We're going so long today. Is there a button that I have to do that? Yeah, it's the draw question button. You guys probably couldn't see it earlier because it was yay big, but now it's large and in charge. I could hit the space bar, by the way. It kind of looks like a space bar. Now that it's that size, and I'm doing this forced perception thing. When my one eye is closed, by the way. It really helps with the perception. I'm not gonna see you guys good. But that button now is the same size as the draw question button, the space bar. So I do have a button and it looks just like it. I really want to see if I can maybe paint my space bar or get a sticker made once I monetize the chat, by the way. Like get me money, give me a lot of money, and I'll get a custom keyboard that looks like that so that it says draw question on my space bar. So every time I touch it, sit on it, stand on it, it will do this. It's great. Do elephants have taste in website design? No, they do not. They keep putting junk all up in their trunk, and I don't like it. I can't stand it. They had terrible taste. I'll talk about the elephant in the room. Terrible taste in website design. Yeah, I said it. Terrible. Yes, but what if we have questions within questions about people that ask their own questions about? This was the question that made me stand up earlier. And it reminds me of the song Purple Hat by Sophie Tucker, where they have the people on the people. We got Purple Hat chilling on the people with the people, smoking CO2 with the people on the people. Purple. I got the words wrong. It's people. If I just said the word was people, I probably would have got 80% of the question right. Because that's the song Purple Hat by Sophie Tucker. Purple Hat should be a question. Next stream. Purple Hat? See how that was a question because I did that. That was a shrugging of the shoulders. That showed you I was unsure. And I raised my voice. So I'll teach you guys how to say questions. We'll draw another one. I could answer that one. Are we allowed to answer questions? No. Only I'm allowed to answer questions. No one else in life is allowed to answer them. Everyone's only supposed to be confused and distressed and panicky and need guidance in their life. And I'm supposed to be like a cult leader on the internet, giving you guys the ultimate light that only I could provide. Only I could provide an answer question. We answered this one earlier. I said anyone can answer anything. And probably guest appearances on the chat. Then I can't be last minute, and I would actually care more about it. Sorry, I'm not that I don't care. Bradley, this is so good. I should take more attention to everything. But I'm very last minute. I had my like ADHD skills or whatever going on and copy and pasted a lot of these questions with like 10 minutes to spare, 7 minutes to spare. So maybe it would be better if somebody else would answer them because they would be more on top of things. Spacebar. What if I squeezed a Game Boy in my mouth? Well, then I would become a real boy. I think that's what happened with Pinocchio. He put a Game Boy in his mouth and stopped lying. And then Geppetto had a real son. That's the word for it? No, I think it was pedophilia. Once I don't want to do Pinocchio references anymore. I don't. My nose isn't growing. I could say that. Oh, good, a complication. Okay. What kind of nickname do you want? I want to be called the Undying Song. Timeout. All right. Really, let's ask some questions in timeout that we can. Because really, what kind of name is Karaoke J? My friend, when I do karaoke, called me Karaoke J maybe like 10, 15 years ago at this point. And it's stuck, unfortunately, in the karaoke environment. And what kind of nickname is that? It's the one I don't want, right? Right? I mean, it's terrible. I referred myself one time, I feel like I was in the shower and I ran out of shampoo or conditioner. I don't remember because it was like 8, 9, 10 years ago. I was still drinking at the time. And I'm like, what's going on here? Karaoke J ran out of shampoo. And that felt dirty and wrong. Granted, I was already in the shower. I was cleaning myself. And there was no amount of soap and shampoo. Well, the shampoo, I still had soap. I was out of shampoo, apparently, in this statement. But I could have burnt myself with fire and it would still sound dirty. Why? Karaoke J sounds like a dirty nickname, does it not? But Undying Song, that is the bee's knees. That's a nickname I want. Time back in, Undying Song. That worked out very well. Should be in timeout more often. Has anyone seen the last episode, huh? I don't think it exists. I did an episode on the first. was the second? I don't know. Maybe it was the second of the month. Maybe not the first of the month. Makes me want to do Bone Thugs and Harmony, but maybe that's a good. See if that lines up anytime soon at karaoke. If there's a Friday or a Saturday to do Bone Thugs. Complication: you must stand up. No one will be able to tell. Do it anyways. Yeah, everyone was able to tell last time I stood up. It was a bad idea. Can I see some of this? Well, not if I'm standing up. All right. Yeah. All right, good. I'm glad that I'm not flatulent because when I really wanted to stand, I wanted to have my posterior really facing the camera and the microphone towards you guys. That is it's a producer thing, so it makes it more entertaining, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna run long. There's no way in Hey Now we are gonna do 24 questions in 5 minutes. I started late. You started late. I don't think there's anybody in my network that has a 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time stream. So if there was somebody that I feel like I was in not cahoots, but loosely affiliated with, but like not sponsored, but like in the crew maybe, can't step on their toes, and I would have to stop right on time. But thankfully, 4 p.m. could really turn into 4 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, right? We'll just keep. Well, no, then we'll step on people's toes as the night progresses. But that's ballet for you. Right? That's what they say. Step on toes. That's ballet. It's a common phrase. Anyway. Okay, I got another complication. Answer in under 15 seconds. The rest of the timer is silence. All right. Jay, why are you making so much money? Because pimping ain't easy, but this money making is, baby. Yeah. Less than 15. Jay, why do you put that this week? Well, I am a slave to the calendar, as most human beings are. Not even all human anymore. I renounced that. But you know what I didn't renounce? The fact that I have to be certain places at certain times. Especially when there's certain maybe moral reasons, legal reasons, medical reasons. If it's just me living my own life by my own terms, great, fine, sure, cool, got it, great, good. But guess what? You don't want to make other people feel like that they're inconvenienced by your nonsense. So if there's a time and a place, in conjunction the space-time continuum to be somewhere, well, in that particular week, yeah, it's the week that I have to put that. It wasn't my choice. It has to line up for everyone else's convenience, not this guy. Draw another question, though. Okay. Somebody else has to answer this one for you. All right. Well, I already answered this one earlier, so past me technically might count. It seems okay. Can somebody answer this question mark? Or it should have been semicolon, maybe. Yeah, that should be something or colon, whatever. So somebody answer this. The dots. Give them some dots, and then the copy and pasted question. Now that's in the chat. Someone can definitely answer that at some point. The number says now, so we have allegedly 5 minutes. I'm gonna stop the timer. Oh, pause the timer mid question. Coward. I'm not a. That was a brave thing to do. To go and be my own man and to stop the timer like that? Can I? Well, again, another achievement for unpausing it. How about again? Okay, well, we can cheese that later. Cheese the timer later. Are you feeling lucky, punk? Well, are you? De Niro improv that, did he not? I think that was not even in the script. So I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling like Robert De Niro lucky. I'm in problem with life. I don't actually have a mohawk, by the way. This is not a mohawk. Raised undercut, I believe is the term. Or I guess faux hawk if you want to do that. But I could see it. I went crazy too and tried to cut my hair to make myself feel slightly more comfortable in my life. But I don't want to fight people and I don't like guns. I really don't. I do kind of want to fight people sometimes. Fisticuffs are, like for funsies mostly, or for violence or for PTSD. Hurt people hurt people. There's a comma in there, like hurt people, comma, hurt people. And I like to say helped people, and I'm feeling helped. Look at all this. I got a ticker. I got questions on the screen. This is an amazing thing. People are helping me. People are talking in the chat. So I'm feeling lucky because I'm feeling helped. That's so lucky. Okay. What's the religion? Religion looks spelled wrong. Religion? What is that? Well, it's like the region of religion. So the Holy Land, like the where Jerusalem, Palestine, all of that. It's all the religions are over there. No, I mean all religions are any place that two or more meet in the name of the Lord is where religions are, right? Different walks of life feel at the powers that create the universe or run the universe or whatever, and have different rule sets, perhaps different moral codes or interpretations of how to live life. That's what a religion. Look, spelled wrong. I can't spell. It's probably why I'm not the one typing the questions. Draw question. Did the first 51 minutes, did I say the word that I just said a lot now? Probably. And it has been almost 50-something minutes. We are going to go a little long. It's 18 questions remaining, guys. So, yeah, we're going to go a little long. Sorry. Can anybody really ever... Wait, did I say that back? Okay. Can anybody ever really, not really ever, so I want to make sure we know how to read. Can anybody ever really be 100% fully lost? And I say no. I do, it's a riddle or a parable about the woods, talking about like someone walks into the woods and they get lost, like how far or something were they in the woods, and it's always halfway. Because in the other half, you're walking out of the woods. You can only walk halfway into the woods, and the other half is out. So you can never be 100% fully lost because you can only be 50% lost. Because the other 50% is getting found again. So no one's ever lost. You're right over there. Great job. Short question. What is the nearest water in this room? I found it. I almost wanted to say the syrup, but that's not water. It's a very good question. I want to officially, August 15th, 5:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, year 2026, in our day of our Lord, after Christ, by the way, want to ask, is this syrup water? Does this count as water? Is this the nearest water in the room? And Super Troopers 3 is in theaters. Not sponsored, by the way. They chug actual syrup in that. I don't think I could chug syrup. I put syrup in my mouth now. It didn't have any pancakes or waffles with it. I keep syrup in the room that you don't need to refrigerate. This way, no one else is really having the syrup. I bought that syrup, and I keep it for pancakes. Delicious pancakes. And you know what I didn't have in my mouth right now? I didn't have the pancakes in my mouth, and I put the syrup in my mouth solo. No, this is it. Did I forget to? I feel bad. I'm gonna. Kenneth Ziegler is in Canada, and I didn't invite anybody to the chat, and we talk about maple syrup sometime, and I'm just gonna type Kenneth syrup, maybe syrup, maybe maple, maybe maple syrup. I think we should I want to say start a GoFundMe for things, because that's inappropriate. I started a GoFundMe earlier this year, and I was the only person that donated to me, because I wouldn't give the link to other people too much ever, but I donated to me $5. So technically speaking, the GoFundMe that I had made $5. That's what the records reflect. So we will say that yes, that maple syrup
would be better to drink on stream. Kat, you have been summoned, and if you missed it earlier, I took a swig of maple syrup because Super Troopers 3 is in theaters, which I think it's great, even though I haven't seen it. I've seen Super Troopers 2, which was good, and I've seen Super Troopers 1, which is amazing. So, given the trend, I've heard 3 from other people on the internet says it's better than 2, and I thought 2 was okay. Then 3 is probably pretty good. It's probably pretty great. 1 was amazing. I tried to drink syrup. Bad idea. Don't drink syrup. It's not the nearest water in the room, actually. I should probably drink water, which is the nearest water in the room. We're going to be late. So I'm glad that Cat's here now because we were running late. And please, no one got banned in today's chat, which is good. I feel like the last time I was running on the next episode, with Jay Bossert, some of my peeps were getting comment banned. So I'm glad we didn't do that today. Stay fresh, and we'll draw another question. Bradley, how many times did I say objectively? Counting that one, the whole episode. Well, last stream, I believe it was 18 times is what Bradley had to go and count them over and said that was 18 times last stream on the next episode with Jay Bossert. Objectively was said 18 times. Are we counting it again? Is that going to be a thing my man's got to do? And especially if we're going long and it's already been an hour and 3 minutes and he doesn't know that he had to count the word objectively. You know what? Timeout. We're going to even pause it. I don't think I'm going to get... Oh, I missed the 222. I really wanted to pause it at 222. That would have made me feel nice. Can't go negative time, though. But we'll pause the timer, even though I would have finished in 2 minutes anyways, and say, no, Bradley. You know what? I hope you already didn't stop the stream and rewind and count the objectivelies. Because I'm telling you now, objectively, that you don't objectively have to do that. So hopefully you're still watching live, Brad. I haven't seen you comment in a minute, which is fine. I'm going along. No one's held, kidnapped, and forced to listen to me ramble all day. But if you paused and hit rewind and are counting the objectivelies and got back to this part, you did have to count them. Yes. You know, if you stopped watching and counted them all, then yes, you did the right thing. You are not in the wrong. But if you were still watching, or maybe I might message you later if I remember, and say, yo, don't count the objectivelies. It's all lies. Do you want me to think them louder and not ask them? Oh, we could work on our telepathy, guys. This is really good. I passed by the CIA today. Well, it was the Culinary Institute of America, but I do drive past the Culinary Institute of America on my way back from Hyde Park on Saturday mornings. And that makes me think CIA mind control, does it not? I mean, like, there's definitely something going on in the confection sugar there that has mystical powers. And I feel if I was the government, I would hide in plain sight and just be like, you know what? I am the government. I'm doing Langley things. You know, I don't headquarters. I'm like, that's headquarters, but we'll have Head Nichols over here too, is what I would call the backup office. And it would be in the CIA as well. I would have the Central Intelligence Agency inside the Culinary Institute, and like they would like, you know, the water cooler chat would be all conspiracy stuff, and we'd have the tinfoil hats and line tinfoil baking pans and make delicious cookies. And I would say the next question, I'm gonna not ask it. I'm gonna think it and see if you guys can hear me thinking it in time. I'll really try to think it, and then I suppose I can answer the question that I would think really loudly. And we're going long, so thank you everyone for staying. Thank you guys for stopping by, even for a few minutes. And I can't say the next question with spacebar. Okay. Well, last time we asked this question, I believe it was last week, and I did put Guy Fawkes mask. But we'll yeah, you know, maybe we'll see if we can do that. Last episode of on the next episode, I feel like the mic stand's definitely not sandy anymore. Oh yeah, that's fucking great. All right, so that's what that is. All right, so we'll take a picture. All right, very good, and we'll go into Linky Dinky over here. I know how to circumnavigate the internet. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional.
Well, I want to share that. Thinking there's definitely a better way to do this, but I'm dumb all of a sudden. Well, definitely dumb all of a sudden. So now what I'm doing, guys, to tell you guys what I'm all doing, even though it doesn't make sense, even though we have a minute left, I'm sending this guy, Jay Bossert, an email. Yeah, and I'm gonna send him the picture that I just took in my photo library. And I'm sorry if I keep clacking my glasses into the thing. I'll keep the original image size because my Hotmail already yells at me on a daily basis. Okay, so now if I go into another new tab over here and go to my Outlook, I sent it, right? Yeah. Come on, message for me. Oh, I got an email, guys, live on stream. Download. All right, good. We'll get right back to that back to that momentarily. Hey, Angeline, how's it going? Hello. Oh, 15 seconds. Refresh chat. Make sure my volume's down again because it might max itself. And look that over. Slide 6, 4 numbers. Draw question. That was close. Raise your voice 1 full octave before you finish. So I'm down here. What's the facial expression? Here. Gotta talk like this now. All right, what's the facial expression? Well, we're gonna talk like this in this octave, which was lower than the lower octave. I'm not gonna get. I do like to make really weird, creepy facial expressions. I used to work in a haunted house. But this is LinkedIn. This isn't Facebook. I've heard several times this morning, yesterday, day before that, a few times this month, this week. Yeah. So I like to make haunted house creepy people expressions, but that's not becoming. So okay, there is a question in the chat, which unfortunately, according to the rules of this game that we play, I can't answer this time. So, Angeline, I don't remember if I've seen you in our group before asking questions, but the rule during on the next episode with Jay Bossert, also nicknamed on the next episode, by the way, very fun, that we do sometimes. Live questions should not be answered live. They should be answered 1 week later on the next episode, which might be Saturday next week. It might be Wednesday, it might be Tuesday. You know what? If you want to tell me when you want the next episode, I'll try to see if I can work around you. Because I do want to answer the question, how I'm doing. I don't know if I legally can or morally can. I will address, though. I will address the question, and I do appreciate the formalities. Just it's a weird game that we play. Which we're going long. We still have 12 questions, which we're still filtering in slowly. So I thank everyone for coming in late. And I guess I should reiterate the rules we just did. I'm going to hit the space bar again with not my butt this time. Do you know this person? I mean, yeah. Every single person on this earth is just a brother from another mother and a sister from another mister. You know what I'm saying? Do I know, do we even know ourselves? At the end of the day, when we go to bed at night and we're sleeping or trying to sleep and the thoughts come, all the things, the transgressions, our shortcomings, they'll come rush over and they tap us on the shoulder. Like, hey, you up? And you're like, well, I am now. And remember that thing that you did years ago that you feel bad about? Well, yeah, unfortunately now I do. It's like, hey, you want to obsess about it for 2 hours? Do you know this person? You know, do we know ourselves? No, we don't know ourselves, but we know everybody else because everybody is just like a broken mirror version of ourselves. That's what it is. So every single person, believe it or not, if they don't look like you, if they don't think like you, whatever, they don't smell like you, they feel like you. People feel the same. And that's the thing that we forget. So do you know the person? Yeah, they're the emotions that you have just in a different dress up, in a different human suit. So you should know them. You should treat them nicer. You should treat other people like they want to be treated if you were them. So that's it's the you or them part. So I always say that because I make jokes sometimes inappropriately about the S&M community. So if you treat other people like if you want to be treated
but you're into hitting people or getting hit. It's a psh, and the other person's into the other one. You shouldn't treat them how you want to be treated. You should treat them like you would want to be treated if you were them. Oh, I summoned Kenneth too. I want to see Jay address proper Canadian maple syrup, which he did say that as not a question. That, sorry, Angeline, I guess that's technically a loophole that we just discovered as well, which I do appreciate that you appreciate my appreciation. So Kenneth over here said something about maple syrup, not in the question. So I guess technically speaking, I could just rant about it a little bit. So proper Canadian maple syrup is better than gold. So here in the United States of America, we used to base our currency on gold bullion years ago. That's why I always joke that in God we trust is a misnomer. It's in gold we trust should be on our dollar bills. And then we did that for quite some time. Went to the silver standard for a period of time too. I think around Lincoln time, he was actually not for it. There was they said, no, we don't need to have the silver standard. We can actually just have based on good faith. And he's like, I don't like any of these things, world trade. I don't like any of this stuff. Banking system. It's not Federal Reserve is an independent company. It's not the federal government. It's Federal Reserve. It's a company. Lincoln didn't like it. Kenny didn't like it either. Kenny didn't like it. Lincoln didn't like it. I feel like a lot of people that didn't like it, they didn't last very long to not like it. I love it then. I just want to say on chat, just in case anyone was thinking about shooting me in the back of the head in a theater, don't do that. You know what I love? I love being poor. And I love maple syrup more is what I was supposed to be talking about, which is true. The actual good Canadian maple syrup. When I used to work at PJ's Wholesale Club, I would go and I would get the wholesale amount of the Canadian maple syrup. I think was imported from Canada, and spend a little extra dollars. Try to get it with the coupon because this stuff right here these original. It's not even maple. This is just like sugar water. I drank some of this on stream earlier. Ken, if you weren't there, I'll do it again. I'll take a swig of the syrup. I'll make a face. It is not good. No, not good. Not good at all. And trust in the loons and the queen. The loonies and the toonies and the queenie. God save the queen, Yeah, but no, Canadian maple syrup is one of the best things in the world. If that was on my taste buds still right now instead of the high fructose corn syrup that I'm, oh God, so delicious. I have syrup in my room to eat pancakes. I have no pancakes right now. I am trying to stream. I'm trying to podcast. I'm trying to do a LinkedIn Live. We're trying to talk syrup. And, Canadian maple syrup is so good. Poutine, I still am on the fence about that. I've tried it a few times. I don't like soggy French fries. I like crispy French fries. If there was only a way to crisp the French fries before adding the vinegar and gravy and cheese and all that other stuff, maybe add some maple syrup to that. Maybe, I might like maple syrup in my French fries. I've never tried it. Maybe if we plan on another chat to get that going. And this is why we run long. I'm not even answering the question anymore. Do you know this person? Well, maybe. Oh, no, I hit buttons. Oh, okay. All right. Next question. Is there more to this question? Hopefully not more syrup to drink. I don't know how the Super Troopers got. I read an article or watched a video. Sometimes for famous people, that or people that I know, sometimes if I'm reading a particular piece of work or an article or an interview or whatever, I read them in the tone of voice as the famous person, or can I visualize them actually talking too for certain things. Not Broken Lizard. This is a Broken Lizard thing where I was talking about. I think I was watching it. I was about to say, I think it was Talk is Jericho with Chris Jericho. I was about to say I can envision Chris Jericho speaking when I just read his interviews. And I do, and it made me think, well, why did I think Chris Jericho all of a sudden? I'm like, that was on his podcast. Not sponsored, by the way, but I'm a friend of the channel. I actually, every once in a blue moon, I recommend Fozzy. I go to the internet, and Fozzy is Chris Jericho, professional wrestler's band. They do cover songs. They do write their originals, too. They have some original hits. So every once in a while, I'll recommend a song that Fozzy should cover, and I'll give him fan mail. I'm like, hey, Fozzy, how's it going? Jay Bossert here, Undying Song. You know what you guys should do? This song. Yep, don't give me money. I'm not sponsored. Not with the band. You guys would rock it though. Great idea. Do it during a pay-per-view. During a Revolution by Paola should be covered by Fozzy. And he's Canadian. He's actually born. That's the best of both worlds. Chris Jericho or Chris Irvine was technically born in New York, but is a Canadian citizen. His father was a hockey player. So I guess Keith Irvine? Keith is Chris's father? That's not a question. Time out, not a question. That's a statement. I'm smart now. Got 10 questions left. Got a million years left. I'm hungry. I should eat my ham before going long because I'm getting hungrier. Complication. Answer twice. Once as a heel, once as a baby face. It's going to be fun. All right. Does it centralize it? Well, yeah, I just want to say to the great people here in the chat, here on LinkedIn, the best crowd, by the way. I always want to say that LinkedIn has the best people in the stream constantly, all the time. I've been on other platforms. We're not going to say bad things about it. We all try our best here. But I want to say LinkedIn does have the best audience. And can we centralize it? Of course we can. It's for you guys. I wouldn't be able to, as the champion of On the Next Episode with Jay Bossert, be able to centralize anything. But it's you guys. Day in, day out. I just live, breathe, think the chat. I close my eyes. I see the words. I see your letters. I see the things that you say. I see the question marks. I see the intrabanks. If you put the question mark with the exclamation point through it, I see that. You know why? Because you're my people. I love you. Let's get it together. Booyah. Does that centralize it? Yes, it does. Because of you. Because of you. Does it centralize it? No, it doesn't. No. You know what? It centralized nothing. You know why? Because of you guys. You people. I'm sick of it. I'm going back to Facebook. This isn't Facebook. I know. I would be so happy if this was Facebook. You know what? I'd be happy if this was MySpace. Top 8. I'm putting all of you on my bottom 8. Every single one of you. Every single person in the chat. You think we're friends? No. I use you guys for money. How am I making money? Hand over fist. People are paying me to say this. My promo, that's right. It's monetized. I'm getting bank right now. And you know who's not? You people. You're poor. You have jobs? Then why are you on LinkedIn? You're looking for a new job. You're not content. You're not content with this. You want to be on Facebook. That's right. Is it centralized? No. It never will be, and it's because of you. Ugh. Oh, I felt uncomfortable. Sorry, guys. The question made me mean. I didn't want to be mean. Jay, do you prefer Wario? And do you feel that Wario could ride... Oh, it says Voshi or it says Yoshi? Is it going to cut off? Is that Voshi? Well, earlier when I asked this question, we were zoomed out before I sat or stood on the keyboard. So I didn't think Wario could ride a Yoshi. I didn't think it was possible. You get hurt. Wario is the badonkadonk. He got a big dumper. He's hanging it low. You know what I'm saying? So I was worried that even the dinosaur would be dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? Very sore dino. So I didn't think that Yoshi could be held up by Wario. But Voshi can do it. Can do it to it. Who has powers like a Voshi? Oh, good. Shelly's here once again. Get me a waffle. Someone get this man a waffle, an awful waffle. I want my waffle. Awful. I'm going to try to reset my LinkedIn, see if anyone new is commenting, which sometimes makes me talk through max, but I turned up sometimes this thing that Bradley created. Hey, Shelly, for me to answer the questions, make sounds. So I turned up my TV to be able to hear the sounds. Eventually, I'll forget something, or maybe I'll end the stream. I'll eat that ham that I'm talking about, that sandwich. I'll eat something, and I'll put music on, or I'll scroll. We talked about Facebook during my angry promo and my happy promo. So shout out to Facebook once again. Go Meta. I don't have Meta glasses. Someone should buy me Meta glasses. I won't be creepy with it. I'll ask permission. I'll be the first person, probably only, to ask permission. I'm like, hey, I have my Meta glasses. Is it okay if I turn them on? And probably a lot of people say, no, it's not okay. But someone eventually will say yes. I'm like, cool. I'm filming you now. It's weird. I guess maybe like the AI aspect. Like I would like to not be filming thing. Well, yes, like take pictures of things. I take a lot of pictures on my phone. I'm supposed to show a picture. Oh no, Jay. You said you were gonna show people things and then you didn't. So that's how it's not shown. All right, so let's go into StreamYard. Let's go over here. You're gonna click a button. Image file. That's excellent. I'm gonna upload that real quick. Perfect. So we're gonna remove the questions for a little bit, guys, for show and tell. For an older question, there was something about putting on a mask. 2 weeks ago, there was a similar question about putting on a mask. I put on a mask. It was a Guy Fawkes V for Vendetta mask or whatever, and I put it on during stream. But right now, I don't want to do that. Let's add it to the stage and tell you why. So right now, we do have the mask that we talked about earlier, which I said I promised you guys I would show it. But as we see, let's see if we can see that we got a sleep mask part here on top of the mask, and you can't see it. Well, there's a black cable that runs through it, and those are solar LED bulbs. So there's a wire that runs outside to a solar panel here, and there's a bulb inside of the V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask that actually has another mask. It has one of those COVID masks. What do they call them there? NC98s and 95s and 95 mask, whatever. So it has that kind of like over the mouth, but there's little mouth slits in there. So I tried to block that. So that's like the night light. There's very small little bit of light in the room, and I turned it off one time in the past 2 months of staying here. My parents, maybe it's been 3 months I stayed here, and I turned off the light once. And I had to go bathroom, and it was super black, and I was like stumbling around. I tried to sleep on the other side of the room. There's 2 surfaces here in the room. So one of them is a futon, and the other is a couch. And one pulls out. They won't both pull out. But I sleep on the couch mostly. But one night I'm like, I'm going to sleep on the futon. And I had to go potty in the middle of the night, and it was pitch dark, and it was very complicated. Avril Lavigne sung a song about it once, me going to the bathroom at midnight. Every sentence must begin with bro. You heard of preparation H, right? For the butt cream? Bro. So, yeah, bro, sometimes life gets a little twitchy, itchy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Things feel a little right. It's you don't want to be putting your hands where the sun don't shine. Unless if you have some cream, Sometimes it's okay to do that for a second. Itching's not good. You don't want to irritate. You want to soothe, bro. I forgot to say bro a lot. That was all one sentence. I broed it really good. And yeah. You guys can't. I forgot to share the fact of the questions. So yeah. Well, that's not right. Before remove the other. Okay. So I got to remove the Guy Fawkes mask first. Okay. Sorry about that, bro. Bro. I want to finish stream. I have way too many questions. I got to learn how to never ask questions so we can not have so many. Answer the question with an unrelated Ric Flair facts. Cool. Do you think I can do it? Well, yeah, I could probably put preparation H on my backside. I don't think I need to right now. I was worried I might have been getting hemorrhoids for a bit by lifting things. Like to lift, like to get brolic, bro. Are we still doing the bro part? Probably not. Yeah, so it's just physical activity, trying to get in the best shape of my can. Guys with guns. I don't like to. We're not trying to sexualize LinkedIn. We could sexualize Facebook, right? This isn't Facebook. But yeah, I like to be able to work on my moves, my sweet moves, and be able to get strong. Thankfully, I don't have issues with my posterior currently. But talk about that. Ric Flair actually, when he was in the hotel rooms, after the matches, you would be put on the pay-per-views, you would be on the road, you'd be doing like the roads, as they say, the house shows is what they call them there, and in the hotel rooms after getting back from like the matches and the wrestling, he would go and he would fight the lamp, and in the way where like trying to get as close. I don't want to do it to you guys. I don't want to freak you out, but he would go and try to slap or go to fake punch the lamp in the hotel room and get as close as he can to the lampshade without actually touching it. So I guess I have my not maple syrup. I wish I had maple syrup. Jeez. So get as close as you could to the lampshade without touching it. Right now I touched it. I didn't Ric Flair it at all. I dropped my mic too. Everything's ruined. Okay, so you would practice, and like the lampshade itself would like move or wiggle a little depending on the thing. So you would get as close as you possibly could to slapping the face of this wrestler, but it wouldn't be a face of a wrestler. It'd be the lampshade in the hotel room. And he would try to do that as believable as possible. So he would practice. and be on the road like every night. We'd be like wrestling practice to drive, him and the boys, and I guess he would sleep around a lot too. So I don't know how he had time to be slapping lampshades. He was in women, sex and stuff. Is there more to this question? Nah, bro. No, there's not. Are you a podcaster? I feel like I might be an imposter because, imposter syndrome, it's a real thing. And like, are you what you do? Like how many podcasts does one need to do before they're a podcaster? This is maybe episode 11, 12 of on the next episode. I do the Sanity Search Party. I've been guest appearances on a couple podcasts, not too many at this point. So maybe if you round up, I might have like 25, 30. Does that make me a podcaster or does that make me podcasting? Like I'm breathing air. Does that make me a breather? Some people might say so. If I eat dinner, does that make me an eater? I guess. Omnivore, right? I may eat plants and meat. You can say, I don't know. Like, if you mess up in life, are you a mess up though? It's the thing. Like, we all make mistakes. So if somebody makes a mistake in life, are they a mistake maker? I want to say the F-bomb is what I'm trying not to say. I'm skirting around it. But if you F up, are you an F up? I wouldn't say no. So like, I don't think we're defined by what we are unless you want to be. We define ourselves in life. We try to control our own narrative. So if I say on a podcast, I'm a podcaster, yeah, I am. So you know what? I'm not. I'm just some dude with a microphone trying my best to entertain the masses. Maybe at some point, though, it takes over. I think there's a general consensus in life that can happen, too. I think this happens sometimes, unfortunately, with certain, isms, like racism, sexism, where someone could be like, I'm not sexist, when, everyone's like, yes, you are. Well, maybe you are. Someone's like, I'm not racist. All my friends do whatever, and they say certain nonsense. And I'm like, yo, bro, maybe you are dreadfully racist. Those are racist things to say. So yeah, I like to think that I might not be a podcaster, but if everyone in the chat thinks I'm a podcaster, let me know. I'll rewatch it. I'll review, and if you guys say yeah, I made it, well, crap. I guess if I made it, we'll draw a question. Hey Jay, have you ever made a shopping decision based on the chemical structure of cheese? The chemical structure of cheese. I made some shopping decisions based on the value of cheese, coupons and stuff. It's not really chemical. It's dollar composition, not really chemical composition, chemical structure, chemical. I guess in a roundabout way, if I guess my taste buds, it's about taste. Sometimes you'll be in the mood for cheddar, mild cheddar, sharp cheddar, Gouda, Munster, Swiss, American, Colby Jack, Brie. All these cheeses that I mentioned, great cheese. Provolone, mozzarella, Parmesan. I would eat all those cheeses. And I certain yes, I guess a chemical structure, sometimes taste buds. The taste that they work differently with the taste buds in my tongue. I think I might have extra taste buds, by the way. There's saying that certain people genetically might have extra taste buds than other people. Not helpful. Like, I think I have the taste bud that makes cilantro taste like soap, which that's not helping anybody. That's not a helpful taste bud. So it just makes, and like my poor Hispanic family that decides, well, like the kids and the missus, whatever. Not important here. But yeah, I think through the taste buds, or thinking what it's going to pair with. So if I'm having I know I want to get ham, I'm like, maybe the sharp cheddar, maybe it's Swiss time to go with the ham. And I'm like, oh, if I'm getting a burgers, I don't want to maybe do a mozzarella burger. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, maybe I want the cheddar. But if I'm making meatballs, well, now I need mozzarella. Maybe the chemical structure of that cheese has to change to go with my balls. So yeah, I don't do the chemical structure of cheese all the time. But I really think about my balls, my big meaty balls, and that's when things change. Of course. So is it wrestling or wrestling? This was another Lynn question, which I don't know if Lynn was able to watch any of the stream. I should have planned ahead of time. So I think I owe Lynn an apology, or we'll just have to re-answer all her questions some other time, or have Lynn as a special guest host on the next episode with Jay Bossert would probably be a good idea. Bradley, I could probably ask her myself. I should just learn how to talk to people. It's so weird. I like saying wrestling. I'm from New York State. I live in the north of the United States of America. So I will say wrestling. It's a New York thing. It's wrestling or it's sports entertainment. I guess, yeah, in Connecticut now they call it sports entertainment, but not wrestling. I like saying wrestling, pro wrestling. Wrestling, I feel like if you're from the South, you got to say wrestling. Maybe upstate New York. If I would have went further up north, I reckon I could say wrestling again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all too. Yeah, I think wrestling's more a southern kind of turn of phrase or spin on it, which is fine. I like it. I feel like some of depending Ric Flair could get away with say wrestling. Some like the Old South, Jimmy Crockett, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, even that wasn't too South, but they could maybe, yeah. There's a lot of Southern wrestling I watched over the years. It's really good. So I've watched some wrestling. But I feel like if I would be doing it, it wouldn't be wrestling. It would be wrestling. I don't know. I think it's inappropriate to say in this chat. I'll try to be polite about it. But I feel like if I would it would be a bad pickup line. It's probably why I'm currently single and not doing the best time with the ladies or the guys. Just going through a dry spell, I suppose. Right? So if I was like, hey, you want to wrestle? And they were like, yeah. I think I would submit. I would lose. I wouldn't get pinned. I'd probably give up. Yeah, I would give up. I'm wrestling. So yeah, I feel like that wrestling sounds more primal. Primal is the word I was looking for. It's like the urges. Wrestling maybe sells more tickets. It's like it's wrestling, and I don't know why. Maybe it sounds like a pay-per-view thing. You're gonna watch the wrestling event, or you're gonna watch wrestling on TV there. But wrestling. You're going to go to the Coliseum. You're going to go to the venue. Yeah, we're going to go watch a wrestling there. Or maybe at the local bar or, I don't know, bar wrestling. Yeah, you get to the wrestling event. I can't believe it. I wanted to. There's short people wrestling. I don't want to say certain words. I mean, it's the term that the people use that do the performances. I just feel like I'm not. So yeah, they don't say wrestling. They might say wrestling there too. Comes up a little short. It's a little short. Was that a question? Hopefully not, because look, we're at 58 questions for this stream. Adding together the ones that I said during the chat, I pulled out some Lynn questions. I know off the top of her head. There was another couple gentlemen, a couple of ladies that asked questions last episode. Once again, we're going to finish up in a little bit. So on this episode on the next episode with Jay Bossert, if you did ask any questions in the chat, we'll get to you next time. Probably. Whenever next time is, we don't know. Next episode, I really want to have a guest host. So fight amongst yourselves. Tell me when you're available, and we'll see what's going on. And hopefully, I'll get for getting to the last episode of this, I should hopefully get a new, badge is what they call them. Don't think we call them badges. What? Achievement. Deck wiped. Okay, achievement was the word I was looking for, and I got an achievement that's not called badges. Badge of honor, achievement of honor. I wonder if I could fit the whole world into my mouth. That's what I wonder. How many safaris do I have open up? Cool. All right, so I wonder if I can fit the whole world into my mouth. Like Kirby. I feel if I had Kirby powers and I was in outer space fighting King DD, or is it Marks? That's another question. Marks was the enemy from Kirby that had wings and was in space. So if I was also in space and had Kirby powers, I could fit the whole world into my mouth and then spit it at Marks as a star. It would spit out I would suck in the planet and spit out a star as it would. And I would, Marks would get hit in the head with it, and you wouldn't feel good. You would lose the battle to me, Kirby J, who's the best. And that's what I wonder. But the Earth would be fine. It would go back into place as one does after I would do that, because that's fine. And it's possible. We're they say that we're more nothingness than we are mass. It's like we're spinning around molecules, atoms. There's more emptiness than there is solid space. So really, if I'm more emptiness, I should be able to fit the planet inside, but I should be able to just grow the empty space within to monstrous size like a Kirby would and be able to suck in the planet. That's what I wonder. And how many safaris do I have open? Well, I got this one here with this window. I got this one here. And I had a private one open earlier. That sounds weird. I wasn't doing anything weird and creepy. I was trying to trick LinkedIn to see if I can get the questions from the last. Sorry, I'm going to share the referral link. We'll do that too. So if anyone wants to have a StreamYard discount or whatever, I can't post comments to LinkedIn. That doesn't seem good. Well, I'll just copy and paste it then. Away from StreamYard into LinkedIn, where I know I can post from here. So we'll do that. All right. Well, that's great. Everything is great. Refresh one more time. We're in the middle of the last question, so we'll see if there's anything prevalent that I was supposed to talk about. We're talking about not too much, which is good. We probably don't have too many people watching live. I scared them all away. That's great. So I only have 2 safaris open, maybe around 15 to 20 tabs, both of them. So session finished. We'll click session finished. And I want to click this real quick over here. So Bradley didn't know I was going to show this on here. You should tell me not to. I'm not going to show this full on stream. But, he's working. I'm going to say I'm helping a little bit. But there is a card game that's coming up here. So good. The art is so good. Choose. Do I double click? Oh, okay. Double click. And okay, click the spot. Okay. Okay. Choose a hostile takeover card. Okay. And place on an open square. That is a 4. It's hard to see these numbers. He'll get captured. So I'm gonna put him here. Okay. And then the heart is banging on this, by the way. Oh, is hostile take? Do I pick the enemies too? Hostile takeover seems like he's not a nice man. Can I capture a 5 anywhere? It's a 4. No. Choose a warehouse card. Yeah, I'm choosing this. Place Bob in open square. Choose a hostile. Okay. So sexy, the art. Okay. And I don't want the hostile to win. So I'm going to hostile and then in the middle. Bob got captured. But Bob was already... No, Bob was one of mine, right? Oh, no. I'm playing bad. 1. Okay, so I need a... Card number is bigger than 1. So I'm going to put the rabbit here. Good. Bob is recaptured. So cool. All right, well, he's going to capture that. Oh no. Okay. Is there not a number on the bottom of that? It's a 4. Okay, so then here. Okay. Chipos is captured. Excellent job. Okay, it's a 3. So don't... And it's a 3, and that's a 2. But that's a 4 on that side. So I want that to go here. And then I want my card to go here. And then... Oh, we won? No, we lost. Well... I don't want to start shift 2 right yet. I do want to mess with this on my own time more. So I just wanted to really quick, inappropriately, I didn't really have permission, but I had a link. So this is my producer, Bradley Bates, is working on this really awesome card game. I'm partially blind, and I feel like if I was playing maybe on my phone or with bigger numbers on the screen, it'd be easier because I'm squinting, or maybe there's a different way. I'll put in some feedback that maybe if with a card is being selected, the numbers get bigger, or like a highlighting thing to be able to toggle and to pick. But yeah, because also to think ahead, because sometimes when I play these certain card combat games, kind of look at the deck of the enemy or the player, and really almost kind of think ahead of a chess. Like, okay, if I have these certain numbers on the bottom here, I want to get them to be used up on them because the enemies have some big bottoms. I want to start on a certain side. So right now, I feel like that's okay. I don't feel like a loser. This is an earlier question we talked about what people do. I am a podcaster now, apparently, but even though I lost this round, I'm not a loser. But we'll shrink that out. So let's go back to StreamYard one last time to be able to finish the stream. We'll remove Bradley. We'll have me big, large, and in charge. And I feel like chicken tonight. Goodbye, everyone. And then much love. Okay. So thanks everyone once again for stopping by on the next episode with Jay Bossert. We will try our very best to do better with the planning, have a actual episode announced maybe a day or two in advance would be nice. I've been doing things last minute and been poo-pooing it. So never poo-poo things. That's how you get stinky ideas. That's my final thoughts. Don't poo-poo things. You get stinky ideas. Thanks for a great stream, guys. Have a great day. Catch you in the next time.